always were his girl. And he says, and if I could do life again in a heartbeat, we would get married. He said, it's just the fault. He said, the thing is, he said, I just thought we had time. And I know that he kept dragging it on because that was him. And he said, I just didn't do weddings, really. And I don't think it weren't because he was anti-wedding. I just think it was one of them things that he was just like, oh, what's the point? We've been together long enough, there's no worries. It's a bit like that with him. But he said, if I'd known now what I knew then, he said, I would have come. He said, I'd have married you the first day I met you. He said, because you was his world, he puts you on a pedestal, and he said, and you loved me unconditionally. And even when I was poorly, he said, and I tried to blag it, what was going on with me, he said, you was there holding me, he said, and loving me forever. He said, and for that, he said, I'm the luckiest man in the world. He said, I might have been left this world too soon in your view. He said, but you know what? He said, I lived it to the full. He said, but we done that together. He said, and that's what's really, really important. I feel like he loves it now, though, in a different way, because he said, you know what? Tell her I can get on free flights to go wherever I want. And I feel like he likes a bit of an holiday, because he keeps showing me his skin as if to say, like, look at that. Like, because I like a bit of a suntan, and he's a bit like, yeah, you ain't going to get as dark as me, love. So I feel like there's a feeling of that with him.
It was black.
Are you serious? Yeah. So he isn't like obviously he's originated from abroad, but he's British born, isn't he?
Yeah.
I was going to say, because he feels very British. He don't feel like he comes from anywhere else. He feels like this was his home, very much so. As well with him. Has he got a sister? Yeah? Oh, you looked a bit weird then. I was like, has he? Right, okay. Because I feel like as he talks to me, he takes a sister to my world or into my energy, and then I know that there's this deep emotion with her, and I feel like there's a little bit of a sadness that's gone on with her, very much so. I feel like from what we once had with her is no more. Is there like a lily, or would a flower lily have some importance to you?
Yeah, my daughter, our daughter.
Your daughter's lily?
Yeah.
That's nice. Because he just puts lots of love around her as well. And I feel like I know there's other daughters, so please don't think he's missing any out, and don't tell them that he is, because he's not. But I felt like he just put, and he said, you know what? He said she was my special girl, that one. He said, because she actually chose to love me. There's a difference in the relationship there. And I don't mean that she's the favourite. I'm not doing favourites here. But I stand with my girls. Lily's at the front of me. And I know that as I step into her world, he said, she makes my world complete. And I feel like she's so special to me. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And he said, you know what, thank you for giving me that perfect girl. Because she is the most beautiful, beautiful soul. She's not here, is she? Thank God for that, because I feel like I was talking about and she was in the room. But I know that he says she gave me so much. He said, and she's such a good girl. He said, but she takes after her mum.
She does.
She's a mother's daughter, isn't she?
Yeah.
I love that. And he said, I can't take credit for her, but I love her. That's what I think. He's always, you're tailed on his heart. He was in life. He was a bit rubbish at the emotional stuff sometimes, I will be honest. He said I kept her guessing most of our relationship, and I think he did. I don't think he was over mushy, mate. I don't, because every time I do, he goes, oh, lay it off. It's like I'm getting a bit heavy. But then that's because he's delving into my little feminine side. But he says, do you know what? He says, I deliver a lot more nicer. I think I do. But I know that what I'm feeling and what I'm saying, it's easy for me to say than him. And what he's saying to you is again, like I said it earlier, and I'll say it again. One day you will be back together, and when you are, he will be the first one waiting for you. But he said, I want her to be happy. He does not want you to not live your life, because it is important that you share your love with someone else. And he says, and I know she's not going to like me saying it, but he said she needs to. You didn't lose your life when he died. He died, not you. And he said, and I know this sounds harsh, he says, but I need her to smile within and not just fake it. And I feel like he wants you, he's giving you permission to love again. He is. And I think that's the most heartfelt thing a husband can ever say to someone. And he said, I can't have a heart on pause because you've got too much love inside you. Too much.